Hello and welcome back to Mema's Misadventures in D&D. I am Mema, and today we're doing something a little different. Because in this season of Misadventures in D&D, I am not the DM. Yay! So I don't have to deal with the players' annoying bullshit. In fact, I can add my own annoying bullshit just to spite these fucking people. So, we still have the same players as last time. My friend Zero, his brother, his brother's girlfriend, and their friend from work, the murder hobo. This time, the girlfriend will be DMing, and I get to join the player character side. Yay! So, I am playing a Warforged. It is a Warforged Artificer, and my character is like, he really likes to cook and to eat. Now you might be asking yourself, Mema, can Warforged don't even need to eat? Can they taste shit? I don't know, but that's how we're gonna go with it because for the memes, right? And in the game, I know the murder hobo character, and his character it's basically Riddick. And for the first session, he even cosplayed as fucking Riddick, and it was, like, fucking spot on, dude. He's, like, from a different plane, and we found each other a little while ago, and I helped him, and I'm like, hey, you need some help. Why don't you come sit at my bakery for a little bit until you get your shit together? And I'm like, okay, and that's how we know each other. And then the other two, the brothers, one's like a human swashbuckler rogue thing, and the other is a tabaxi monk. He has... They now know about this series, so expect shit to go even crazier. He has specifically said that he wants to be known as the Pussy of Vengeance, so... yeah, just keep that in mind. He will be referred to as the Pussy of Vengeance. He is going to be like a shadow monk, I believe. The DM made like little stands for everybody, and his has like this shadow figure behind him. Like, the fuck, do you have a fucking JoJo stand? It's like, yeah, I guess I will eventually. Hell yeah! And those two are supposed to be brothers in the game, which one's a human, one's a tabaxi. Have that makes sense to me, but whatever.
Twin brother of Carter.
Back. Pick a roll.
Carter, 10-year-old identical twin brother of Tommy. I guess we're twins. That mama's got some explaining to do.
And they just got onto our plane or something. And they've just been adventuring for each other for a while now. They know each other. So, as the story goes, there's a big old festival happening relatively soon. And they show up and they're like, hey, we need to get into this festival because, I mean, we're adventurers. We got shit to do. And they're like, and then they go to the guards because I'm just living there. I got shit to do. I'm making goods. I'm making bakery for the festivities. And they're trying to get in. And they're like, hey, we are here for the festival thing. And we are, doing things that need to be done, right? There's some things that you were waiting for. And I'm like, actually, yeah, we are waiting for some people to deliver these kegs of beer or whatever the old-timey equivalent is in that time. Are you them? And they're like, yes, that is exactly the thing that we are here to do. And the DM's like, give me a fucking deception check. And they're like, shit, does any of us put anything into charisma? Not really. Okay, here goes nothing. And they succeed because, of course, they know. So they get the contract or whatever to deliver the kegs to my shop. And they're like, you know where it's at? Like, of course we do. Of course we do. We've been here many, many times. But because of the festivities and how busy it is, why don't you give us a little, nudge in the right direction? It's like, fine, it's right over there. And they go. And eventually they come into my shop. It's a nice little bakery having the best baked goods. It's breads and bolts or some shit like that. Wonderful. And I'm like, hey, who are you? You guys don't look familiar. We're with the delivery for your kegs. And I'm like, fine. I guess that's fine. And we get the kegs, we put them away. And they're like, hey, you were talking about payment? I'm like, these were prepaid kegs. We're talking about payment. It's like, no, not payment. We're actually looking for a room to stay. Do you have a spare room here? It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I actually do. Do you think you could give us a discount because of all the hard work we did? And I'm a nice person. I'm not trying to derail the entire scenario yet. So I'm like, sure, and we settled on the price of like one gold. I'm like, 1 gold, you get this room for however long you need, or whatever. And then they go into the main scene area and they enjoy some food, and then they notice this mysterious figure in the corner brooding, which is the murder hobo character, the Riddick. And they have like a little talk, and then they go, okay, that's fun enough. Let's go to the festival, right? That's fun. Festivals are always fun. So, we say I was making like food for the festivals, but it's not going to be set up like in the shop. It's going to be out and about. So we all close down shop. We all go outside and have fun at the festivals. Yay! Festivals are fun. And one of the things that they have there is like a strongman competition where you can like wrestle people for gold and prizes and shit like that. So the tabaxi is like, hey, I want to do that. And they're like, okay, you're going to go in there. That sounds good. Anybody going to do anything else? Anybody going to watch? And everyone's like, yeah, we'll watch the fight. That seems fun. And he's like, okay. And they had him do some rolls and some shit for like grappling jacks and German suplexes, all that fun fucking shit. And he wins. And he wins the prize pool for some reason after one fight, but whatever. But we're just going to know that. And he won like 200 gold. And I'm like, hey, you know, I gave you a discount of like a gold and you just won like 200 gold. Do you think you can give me some of that back since you really don't need the discount anymore? And then the fighter he won against, he goes off and talks to one of the potion makers subterfugely. So, covertly a little bit. We all kind of see him, and he gets a potion, and he chugs it, and he gets really mad, and goes back to the person, goes back to the tabaxi monk, like, hey, double or nothing right now. And the dude's just like, look, dude, you lost. Get over it. And he starts getting angrier and angrier, and it starts to really look like it's going to go up into a mess very soon. So me being a good character, a very nice character, don't like to see fights and all that stuff, I go up and try to interpose myself before this shit hits the fan. And I'm like, hey, there's no need for that. We can all be friendly here. You can't tell people, let's all be friendly. You lost, it's fine, but he doesn't want to do a rematch, man. There's plenty of things to do at this fun festival. Let's just all go away. And then he pushes me and starts to attack. And then we roll into combat. And everybody, we're in the basic pit, the fighting pit of where it was. And everyone else is outside or behind the fence, having like the rest of the festivities, watching the shit. And the combat goes basically okay. Until like halfway through the fight, he starts like getting bigger and bigger. But his skin doesn't get bigger. Like, its muscles are, like, expanding, breaking his skin off. And it's like, he's getting too big for his skin. He's like a Koloss from the Mistborn series. If you ever read that series, it's a pretty good series. I highly recommend. And it's like, holy crap, this guy's going crazy. This isn't normal. I have been around this plane for a while, and I'm like, hey, this is not normal for this type of person. Maybe shit went wrong with that potion you get. So, of course, after the wonderful straw campaign that we just did, in which the characters had a complete TPK after splitting the party, what do the two brothers decide to do? That's right, they split the party. Amazing. So those two go. One of them goes off in the crowd looking for the potion maker. One of them goes off in the crowd because he did like a perception check, and then they notice that everyone in the crowd is just going complete crazy. They're turning into geists. They're turning into night hags. They're bleeding. They're turning into cannibals. Shit is going down. And they just like, what the fuck is actually going on? Meanwhile, me and Riddick are just like, little help here, guys. He's kind of tough. And they're like, you got this. And while they go out into the town proper and start like getting some kind of clues or some shit, shaking the potion guy down, they proc like 3 more encounters. They proc like a night hag, a ghost, and a witch. And fortunately for us, they don't have the full stats. They're just like little, since these are commoners who are turning crazy from some reason that we don't know of. They go, hey, they are very easy to like one-hit kills, and they take care of those. They shake down the potion maker. I was like, I don't know how this happened. The only person, I don't know how this happened. My potions weren't supposed to do this. I'm like, you're fucking lying. What did you do to those potions? It's only you. Where? Who else handles a potion? It's just me and my assistant. Where's your assistant? I don't know. We can check my office. It's like, okay, you go. We're going to meet you there. But first, you got to deal with this big guy first. So they finally come back and help us take down the big guy. And then they tell us everything that's happened. It's like, okay, we're going to the potion maker shop. And I'm like, I always knew that potion maker was up to no good. He uses shoddy ingredients as his potions. They should all come to Mema Breads and Balls. It's the best. And we make our way to his potion shop with no more encounters. We go there, we do some basic investigation check, and we notice, while doing the investigation, that the apprentice has been trying to start to make his own little business. There's like little flyers he made. I'm like, that's suspicious. Did you know anything about that? It's like, no. So see, it's not my fault. It's the apprentice's fault. And I'm like, fine. Do you know where else he stays? He's like, no, not really. And we noticed that in one of the flyers, it actually said who made the flyers. It's like, stupid idiots press services or whatever. It's like, hey, that's our only lead. Let's go there. And when we make our way over there, we actually see the apprentice, and he makes his way into the sewer. So we're like, okay, that's easy. So we go into the sewers and we follow him, and he has this big lair, and he's packing shit, being in a hurry, and we're like, hey, we know what you're up to. And like, fuck you. And he throws some potions at the walls away from us. It's like, haha, you missed, you idiot. And then we notice that the spiders that were on there turn into giant spiders, and the little rats in the corner turn into giant rats. We're like, oh, this is not good. And then they're in a counter, and then he chugs the potion and turns himself invisible. So that's fun. So then another fight ensues, in which I show my fun little thing in which he's invisible, right? It's my turn to attack. I was like, I'm going to shoot the dude who turned invisible. I'm like, he's invisible, right? And she's like, yep, he is invisible. And according to the rules, if I try to hit a character who is invisible, I have disadvantage on the roll. Correct? And it's like, yep, that sounds good. Okay, I'm going to attack him with disadvantage. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. You got spiders and shit next to you that you can see. And it's like, I got this. Don't worry. So I roll, and I don't do very good rolls. But then I go, haha. When I hit level 4, she let us start level 4. Instead of an ASI, I took the lucky feat, which lets me add another d20, and it overrules disadvantage. So if you have disadvantage and you have lucky, you basically have super advantage, which is nice. It let me get a couple of hits in on him. And eventually, and also the Riddick character has like true sight, so he can just see it easily, no problem. And he's like, okay, so that fight went pretty well. And once we finished that, we went back up topside, and all the potions were starting to wear off. People were having crazy. We talked to the police, and like, hey, shit went downstairs, and they're like, okay, we're gonna take it from here. Don't you worry. And that was where that session ended. And supposedly the next section is gonna take place like 2 weeks after, and that is that. Also, the characters now know about this. I don't know if I said that earlier. But yeah, the characters now know about this, so you can expect the Murder Hobo Brad to go even crazier, because now he thinks he has an audience, even though only like 5 people watch these shits. But that'll be fun. Now that DM gets to see what I have to go through every time I DM a few fuckers. Mema, when you DM again, isn't that gonna just like hurt you as well? Because they're gonna do it to you even more. That'll be future Mema's problem. Okay, that's not mine. That was where that session ended. I will see y'all next time. Bye.